Hello, Grace Bible Church family. It's Pastor Scott connecting with you on Friday, September 11th, 2020. It was 19 years ago today that our country suffered a terrorist attack. And in those early days there was a lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty, and there was just reaction to the circumstances that we found ourselves in as a country and as individuals. Here we are, fast forward 19 years, and we find ourselves in a different kind of crisis still. It's not a terrorist crisis, but it is a global pandemic. In this global pandemic, there have been some words that have crept into my vocabulary, words that I was aware of but didn't use often at all. The word pandemic was something that I knew existed, but I didn't use it. There was no need to use it, right, for the most part. Words like Zoom that have become verbs for the software package there. Words like uncertainty, a word that we're still using even 6 months into the midst of this pandemic. I say 6 months because that's when most of the lockdowns kind of went into place and such. Words like pivot, scramble, disoriented, unprecedented. I'm kind of tired of hearing that one, but it's still one that continues to permeate the media and my conversations. And so as I think about those things, we find ourselves in these uncertain circumstances still. And even though things are the way that they are, I was reminded today in Philippians chapter 4, the Apostle Paul says, "Rejoice in the Lord always, and I will say it again, rejoice." The circumstances that Paul was in was that he was in prison as he was writing this letter, and he was still able to rejoice. And if you think about the Philippians there and in the book of Acts where it records him being put in jail and beaten and all that stuff, that he and Silas were in there singing hymns and singing praises to God in the midnight hour in prison. So this wasn't just something he's saying, look at and try to find some good in. I think the Apostle Paul was, he was living this out. And his joy is found in Jesus Christ. As Christians, we recognize that God is sovereign over all and that nothing happens by accident. As hard as that is to accept at times, nothing happens by accident. This is all part of God's plan as he is unfolding it, and he's orchestrating all of these events. And to say that is to remind ourselves that these things aren't random, and it's part of God's plan, because we know as Christians that he is conforming us more and more to the image of Jesus Christ, and he's using the circumstances that we find ourselves in to do that. So with the Apostle Paul, we can say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always. And so there's always joy found in the Lord. There's always reason for rejoicing in the Lord, that Jesus is still faithful, that he continues to walk with us even as he is bringing about our sanctification. So rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. I hope that we can take these words to heart and live them out daily. Have a good day.